This video is a quick overview for getting started with ELM. Any installation of ELM will require a SQL Server database instance. For your convenience, there are two download options, the ELM installer and the ELM installer bundled with SQL Express in case you need it. In this video, we already have an instance of SQL available, so we'll run the standalone installer package. To begin, we'll run the installer in administrator mode and then fill in the appropriate password. Next, you can see the available database options. If you don't have SQL available, it will be installed during setup, and the ELM installer will create a new primary and failover database on the server where you are installing, unless you specify a different location. We're going to select the change option, and here we'll go ahead and specify a local install for the primary database. But for the failover, we're going to specify a SQL instance on a different machine. This is a fairly typical practice for an ELM installation. We'll also be installing an agent on the server which ELM will reside, which is highly recommended. If we were upgrading or migrating ELM from another server, here we have the option to import an existing DAT file to bring in our previous configuration. Next, we'll agree to the licensing terms and kick off the installation. We'll go ahead and fast forward here as the installer sets up the server, a local agent, and configures the primary and failover databases. Now we're ready to launch the console. The first screen we'll see is the connection progress from the console to the server. This is an important step as you now have the option to connect a single ELM console to multiple ELM servers if desired for consolidated remote management. Now we're in the main console. On the left you will see the familiar tree layout of previous versions of ELM, and on the right you'll see the document viewing areas. Here we have the ELM server document open showing the database configuration, and if we jump to the All Agents tab, we'll see the one local agent we included during the installation. On many documents you will see context-sensitive shortcut links to different options available, such as deploying a new agent in this case. Now we'll take a look at where the menu options are to create new agents or monitoring categories, create views, add new monitors, notifications, reports, and other features in the new ELM. Here we see some of the other options in the new ELM console. We can change from the default dark theme to a light theme if you prefer. Dang, that's bright. With the new console, you now have the option to drag and drop documents around to different parts of the screen to customize the UI to your liking. This can be helpful if you are using a large screen or TV to display different statuses and dashboards all at once, in a NOC for example. If you get in trouble with the layout, there's an option here to restore it back to the default. Now we'll go ahead and switch back to the dark theme to give our eyes a break. Other selections in the menu include some support options, including a new toolkit we'll cover in another video, as well as contact information. Next we'll expand the tree and some of the various folders on the left. We can see the defaults in ELM for monitoring categories, maintenance windows, notifications, filters, different types of views, and reports. On the main document, we'll switch from the dashboard view to a configuration view for all agents. We can customize this document by changing the column layout from some presets offered, or we can select the columns we want displayed. We can also change the zoom level here, or with a Control plus scroll of the mouse. Within each document we have open, there will be different options in the ribbon area to customize if desired. At the bottom of the UI, there are three more status indicators for agents reporting, database in use, and what server we are currently viewing. Remember, the new console can connect to multiple ELM servers. Clicking Agents Reporting will display a document showing all agents reporting, not reporting, or staged. Clicking on the database status, a document will launch showing our list of databases available and in use, as well as some database statistics. Clicking on the ELM server status will launch a document summarizing all of the ELM server settings and retention policies. Here we also see our licensing information and a shortcut at the top of the document to edit any of these settings. This wraps up our Getting Started in Installing ELM video. We encourage you to take a look at our other instructional and how-to videos for getting the most out of ELM.